out the trash.
He targets the 1% billionaires.
A real millennial Robin Hood.
You ever seen anything like this before?
Not even close.
The Hunting Party, next Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Whoever killed that young mother killed 2 other people.
You gotta believe that something was missed.
He was following her.
I think he was there.
She witnessed the homicide.
Keep digging till you find something.
She didn't give up, and I won't either.
Chicago PD, Wednesday on NBC and Peacock.
Starts with breaking news.
And that breaking news at 11, a major law enforcement response in Bell Gardens tonight with the Park West Bicycle Casino evacuated. And now we're learning why. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. Police and SWAT rushed to the casino after a 911 call about a gunman armed with an assault rifle. But tonight they have confirmed this was all a hoax. And this isn't the only swatting call that's happened recently. NBC4's Darsha Phillips is live in Bell Gardens for us with details. Darsha.
Yeah, Carolyn, this false report initiated a huge law enforcement response to this casino that you see behind me. The street was shut down, on and off ramps to the freeway were shut down. We're talking about a very massive law enforcement response. And as you mentioned, there are at least 2 other places in LA County that did receive similar false reports. Hundreds of people evacuated from the Park West Bicycle Casino and Hotel around 4 p.m. Thursday after the security there received a threatening phone call.
The casino received a threat, an active threat of an individual requesting $50,000, or else this individual was going to open fire on the casino floor. The individual also mentioned that he had an associate who was willing to detonate a bomb. It all turned out to be a hoax in part. At least 2 other similar swatting calls in the LA County area. The LAX Tower says LAX received a similar threat Thursday afternoon that turned out to be nothing. And Van Nuys Airport was hit with the swatting call on Wednesday afternoon.
We still have to go through our due diligence, which is public safety, making sure that we 100% are sure that there is nothing in there. It took law enforcement about 5 hours to clear the casino and hotel of any threat. Mutual aid was activated. Several blocks of Eastern was shut down to traffic, as well as the Florence off-ramps on the 710 freeway. People inside the casino told NBC4 they had no idea what was going on.
All of a sudden, you see everybody get up and they tell people everyone needs to evacuate. They didn't tell us why, they didn't tell us where we were going, they really didn't tell us anything, so a lot of confusion at first.
It was on lockdown, you can tell it was all surrounded. And I saw one of the policemen actually draw his machine gun towards the parking lot like he saw somebody.
They allowed us to go to the cashier, which is kind of weird because that means it wasn't so urgent, I guess. They allowed us to cash out our chips and get our money.
Around 9:30, people who were kept in a parking lot across the street were finally allowed back into the hotel and casino. Now, law enforcement says these types of swatting calls really waste a lot of resources, and they are federal crimes, and they come with some severe penalties. Reporting live from Bell Gardens tonight, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
Darsha, thank you for that. New tonight, a police pursuit involving a man wanted for assault with a deadly weapon. It started shortly after 8 in the Boyle Heights area before heading into downtown LA. That driver leading police along the 5 and the 10 before finally coming to a stop underneath an overpass. 1 person was detained. At last check, police were still looking for a 2nd person. An apparent immigration enforcement operation turned heads in the Fashion District this morning. Federal agents methodically moved through that area, but it does not appear anyone was detained. NBC4's Macy Jenkins joins us now with reaction from the mayor. Macy.
Well, hi, Carolyn. Mayor Karen Bass says she is deeply alarmed to hear about ICE activity in the downtown LA Fashion District, especially in light of recent events involving federal agents in Minneapolis.
Watch this video posted online that shows armed federal agents standing in the intersection of 11th and Maple in the downtown LA Fashion District around 11:30 Thursday morning.
They just pull up like very quick, and I obviously move away, but it was a lot of agents, yeah.
So how many?
I would say 10. All like equipment, long guns, yeah, it was scary.
You can see a convoy of at least 5 vans drive through the intersection and head northwest on 11th Street. NBC4 photographer Chris Lee spoke to a man named Angel who watched. He asked that we not show his face.
Everybody started yelling at him, screaming, running. It was chaotic.
Thursday's enforcement activity less than a mile away from the site of one of 3 ICE raids on June 6th, during which federal agents arrested 45 people. U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley saying at the time agents served warrants because there was, quote, probable cause that they are using fictitious documents to employ people. We reached out to DHS to ask whether any warrants were served Thursday and whether anyone was detained, but we did not hear back.
Did you get anybody away? I don't want to lie, I don't know. I wasn't, I had the opportunity to get closer.
The LA Fashion District released a statement saying in part, we understand that moments like this can feel unsettling, and we want our community to know that we are aware and engaged. We encourage everyone to continue showing love and support for the merchants, workers, and creatives who are here every day. The mood tense across the nation over ICE activity, including the January 7th of Renee Good in Minneapolis. President Trump posting on Truth Social Thursday morning, if the politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE, I will institute the Insurrection Act and quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in that once great state. Karen Bass calling the president's words troubling, adding Angelenos and Americans across the country have made it clear we want ICE out of our cities.
The Insurrection Act of 1807 gives the president the power to deploy U.S. military domestically and to federalize National Guard troops during specific circumstances without congressional approval. It was used by President George Bush Sr. during the 1992 LA riots following a request from the city mayor and the state's Republican governor. I'll send it back to you, Carolyn.
All right, Macy, thank you. There is new concern tonight about the Trump administration's rush to hire thousands of new ICE agents as it steps up enforcement. Critics say the blitz is unprecedented, with the goal of about 10,000 new agents hitting the streets. Some law enforcement experts say the quick pace makes it hard for proper training and thorough background checks to take place.
An AI tool was used to categorize people based on whether or not they had any previous law enforcement experience. And we understand that this tool miscategorized people who did not have law enforcement experience and instead sent them to a 4-week online course.
Now, the Trump administration says it has been vigorous in its defense of ICE operations and agents, blaming Democrats for inciting violence against them. Let's take you outside right now. A live look as our camera pointed towards downtown LA this evening. We had a warm day, more pleasant weather on the way for us. Meteorologist Stephanie Olmo is here with a check of the first alert forecast for us. Stephanie.
Yeah, how about earlier today? We saw highs in the 70s and 80s, and it's January. We're talking about warm temperatures sticking around a little bit longer. Right now, we're checking out this live picture of Mount Wilson, where it's clear and also cool here tonight. Temperatures in Pomona currently at 54 degrees. As we go over the temperatures as we start up the day tomorrow morning, we got 47 there in West Covina, 51 in Riverside, as well as in San Bernardino. We'll be down to 39 as we start up the day here tomorrow there in Victorville, 29 in Lancaster, and 44 for you in Santa Clarita. I want to go over, this is the hour-by-hour forecast for Orange County. Plenty of sun holding up. It's going to be another dry day. Temperatures gradually warming back into the 80s as we head into the afternoon hours. A little bit of a light wind out there as we head into the afternoon, but really that is about it. So tomorrow, we're staying warm and breezy in some spots, especially in those typical Santa Ana wind-prone spots. As we head into this weekend, it's staying warm and mild. We head into the following week, and we're talking about a slow cooling trend. So we'll go over those numbers coming up here shortly. For now, back to you, Carolyn.
All right, we'll see you then, Stephanie. Attorneys for the man accused of starting a fire that grew into the Palisades fire are asking a judge to block some of the potential evidence that could be used against him at trial. Lawyers for Jonathan Rinderknecht say federal agents violated his Fourth Amendment rights when they got search warrants for his home, car, and digital life. Rinderknecht has pleaded not guilty to 3 federal arson charges. He's accused of igniting the Lockman fire on January 1st. The ATF says those embers then reignited 6 days later, causing the Palisades fire. In North Hills, fire crews now confirm a body was found in the rubble of a fire at a vacant church. News Chopper 4 was over that fire on Tuesday. More than 100 firefighters worked to put it out and keep it from spreading, but people in the adjacent apartment building were forced to evacuate. Yesterday, cadaver dogs detected the scent of human remains. The investigation into how the fire started is ongoing. Parthenia Street from Columbus Avenue to Burnett is expected to remain closed through tomorrow. People in a Lakewood neighborhood say they are shocked to learn of a deadly shooting inside a family's home. Investigators say a man, woman, and 17-year-old girl were shot and killed around 8 this morning on Laurel Avenue. They appear to be related. When deputies arrived, a woman ran out of the house.
Everybody's just in silence. We're just mourning. We're praying for the best, but all we can do now is just pray for the family, the ones that are here. This not only touches your heart, because I'm in tears, but it touches our community.
Investigators did detain the woman who ran from the house. They tell us they also found a gun inside. Tonight, we are hearing from the man who